Hey, it's Thursday, and there's George, and there's Sean.
Good
Nice,
morning.
nice reel.
Good morning.
Good
Yeah.
morning. Pretty good reel here, really. Really. It was really,
Really,
really.
a really good, a really
Yeah,
real,
really good reel.
a really real.
Yeah, I told you I was going to change it after we went to Nashville so I could put all those
I
pictures
do
in.
have one. I do have one complaint about it though.
What?
So the picture at Morgan Wallen's bar, if you remember, the singer was a Dolphins fan. He had the Dolphins stuff on, and your
Oh, yeah.
picture you posted, you can't see that. I was a little
Oh.
upset. As a guy with a big light in front of him.
Yeah, he gave Sean a thumbs up. I saw that too.
That's right. That's right. That's right. As Dolphin fans, we had that. What do they call it? Sonar, right?
Mhm.
The Dolphins.
Hey, I got to send you some more pictures because we got some other pictures of people on the bike.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. I'm saving some more for the next reel.
Yeah.
I had over 200 pictures because people were sending me stuff. So I picked some of them, but I thought I'll save some of them. So then when I want to change it again, I got more.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to change it like maybe once every 2 months or something. Put something.
Yeah, but you got to start the time on the show like 7 minutes before. Because there's a big delay by time that the reel comes up,
Did
Oh,
you get a haircut, George?
Yeah, I went to the.
Looks good.
you got all of them cut, Sean.
Yeah, you didn't leave one out, huh? Oh, look at you with a shave too. I need a new shave. Look at you.
Well, they did a, what do you call it? It cost me more money. They do that shave shape or shapes, whatever the fuck they do.
Where's it?
Oh.
Throw $1 in, George.
Yeah.
That thing should have like $7 grand in there already.
You would think.
It was $30 they charged you here. The guy was good. I gave a tip, but
Nice.
That's all you paid for a haircut is $30.
Oh,
plus
guys,
30 plus $10 or $40 again. Usually it's 20
$10 an inch.
Well, if I go to the Angry Barber, which I go to the Angry Barber, he every time I have to fight with him taking the money, so I got to hide the money in this place.
The Angry Barber.
Yeah, we used to do a show, the Angry Barber and the Biker.
Oh, really? I was
I'll
saying,
talk about
hidden
politics,
camera
yeah.
for that.
Yeah, I should do that one day. Do a live. It gets there at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
He's a
Jason
funny
says,
guy.
Billy goes there, $50 and free drinks too. That's pretty good.
Who?
That's what Stacy just said.
Oh, really?
For Billy. That's nice.
So anyway, I got a report on my knee. They took a thing of water like that out of my knee, and they gave me a steroid shot, so I feel pretty good. But the doctor said, "Oh, you're bone and bone." I said, "Yes, I know." Oh, the other knee.
Yeah, that's
the other knee is the other knee. He says, "Oh, that's bone and bone." I said, "I'll come back for gel shots. They last me pretty good. I'm not gonna do that shit yet. I gotta do my shoulder. My shoulder's got to get done."
I'm a big wimp when it comes to that stuff. I don't want no needles or anything.
No, the needles upon him. He didn't.
What's the stuff they put in that to so you don't feel the pain? What's it called?
Oh yeah, they put the Novocaine.
Yeah, whatever. Not Novocaine.
Lidocaine.
Yeah,
whatever.
No,
he said not Novocaine, but put some kind of thing before he put the injection.
Lidocaine. That's what they put.
He tells me. He says, "You don't move." I says, "Well, do I have a choice?" I said, "Of course I don't move. I'm not going to move when you stick the needle in." And what do you call? He drank the stuff. He says, "Oh, usually people start to twitch." I said, "Well, the pain they give me with the needle has nothing to do with the pain of the knee, so I won't have that pain and make it go away." So anyway,
so. Should I open up with a prayer? That would probably be good, and then tell you who Alexandra Bougher is coming on at about 9:50.
She's awesome. She's awesome. Yeah,
she's going to talk about that press conference with Jack Citarelli.
Yes, yep.
Homeschooling.
I got a clip. I got a clip too. I'd like to play for her and get her reaction. Mikey Sherrill, the Jack Citarelli's opponent, is pushing for LGBTQ. Curriculum in school for young kids. So I like to, obviously I know where she stands on, but I'd love to hear what she says.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll have a lot to say. Yeah. All right, let's start out with this one. You have taken account of my wanderings, put my tears in your bottle. Are they not recorded in your book? And that's Psalm 56:8. So tears are prayers from the heart when we cannot speak. And I thought that was, it kind of just does everything right there, all in itself. There's nothing more to say on that one.
Amen.
And then George wrote the trivia question for today, so this ought to be interesting later.
Somebody, mother, you gotta kill the mic here when I cough up a lung.
Huh.
No, 7 days from today will be 9/11.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many people remember. There's a lot of people starting to forget. And the year after next will be 25 years. There's still people dying. But we'll talk about all that stuff next Thursday.
Yeah. Yesterday morning here in New Jersey was like the same morning as 9/11. It wasn't a cloud in the sky, at least near me. Crisp, it was what a beautiful morning it was until the devastation.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you, a lot of surprises that morning. I'll tell everybody next Thursday so we'll get people to come on the show and find out what they were doing that day. And
yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on that day. That's right.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers where they were. I mean, it's not anything you ever forget.
No.
Yeah.
No,
we could probably put that right up like with the people in the 60s, remembering where they were when Kennedy was shot and stuff like that.
I think everybody here, everybody in the audience, in the chat, they give you probably a step-by-step timeline of what they did that day and where they were and everything.
Yeah.
What a horrible day. But the day after was a great day because remember how unified our country was?
Everybody was. Couldn't get an American. You couldn't get an American flag anyplace.
No.
All the flags were sold out.
They were on cars. People walking with them.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice thing to see. At least in our area. I don't know how it was the rest of the country, but I know in our area.
Well, I was in Staten Island at the time. The day after Staten Island.
I was stuck in Las Vegas for 5 days after that.
Wow.
Yeah, you couldn't get. There was nothing. You couldn't get out. There. No planes.
It's amazing how fast they. It's amazing how they got all the planes down, but Osama bin Laden's family got flown out by President Bushy.
Mm. People even had problems getting rental cars, if you remember, because people were renting cars.
That's why I was stuck. There was no rental cars. Even the RVs, people were grouping together and renting the RVs and taking them out of Vegas. And that's how come I was stuck there until the planes flew. I don't know. So what do you think? What's going on with this tariff stuff?
What tariff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? How do you think the Supreme Court's going to rule on that?
Oh, you're talking about the tariffs? Well, they're
going to rule in favor of Trump.
31. It's a loss of $31 billion in tariffs to the taxpayer of the United States.
If that decision stays.
Yeah, but it'll go to Supreme Court. But look at the waste of time and money. Now they got to go to Supreme Court. He's got all the lawyers. Trump's got all the lawyers going. The problem is as we know, Johnson and Toon are the two biggest pieces of shit that are controlling the Congress and the Senate because there's that judicial law of 1801 that Franklin put in there about controlling these judges. And if they don't hold up to the Constitution, they can be removed, which they have no right to do this. Look at the other ones. They should be accused. What about what's her name? Sparkles there. The Judge Sparkles that stopped the plane with all the kids going back to the families of Guatemala. All the children were all lined up they're going back to their own family, to their own parents. And she stops it. Should she be charged for child trafficking from stopping that?
I think
so. That's the one that that's the one that
called the Sparkles Sababi, whatever her name is. But getting
back to these tariffs for a second. So they're pushing it to the Supreme Court, correct?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they're looking for a quick, ruling. How long do you think that's going to take?
Well, it should be done right away. I mean, there's enough pressure on that to happen. But the whole thing is they were talking about it being it's supposed to be the decision of Congress, which is bullshit. Because number one, we were living on tariffs before 1913.
No, before income tax. Yeah.
Yeah, 1913. We're surviving on tariffs. Number one. Number two, it's just amazing. It was the whole thing was written as the United States for America, and when it became a corporation, it became United States for America. Yeah, I played it.
Yeah, started with of America. You mean?
Yeah, of America. But it was before it was for America.
Oh,
so
before.
All the states were for America. But now what they did is when they did the thing, they changed it of America. And people still don't say the pledge right. It's supposed to be one nation under God, one line. Everybody just pauses, and they're just morons for doing it. They have to learn that it's supposed to be one nation under God, because God's got to bless the country. So if you put a pause on it, then the blessing's not there anymore. That's why it was written that way. But people do. Let's play it around.
We have a lot of issues in our country that we have to deal with that they don't do anymore.
Well, look at the fighting that he's having with these assholes, that moron communist, the mayor of Chicago, and you got what's the name, Pizza Hut, Pizza Hut. Yeah.
Oh, Pritzker, the buffet killer.
Yeah, buffet
Pritzker,
killer.
Right? Am I pronouncing his name right? Pritzker.
Yeah, Pritzker.
Pritzker.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway. So they don't understand. They have no idea what they're talking about. It's just amazing, and the people want Trump.
They just want to fight Trump.
Well, no, it's just that they don't understand that they're looking like. I mean, there's crowds that they get because they pay and everything else, but people can't be that's stupid. It's unbelievable. How could you're fighting? Protect criminals and stuff, and then you had that congresswoman, that black congresswoman, says, "What's up with the Crips and the Bloods that they don't go to fight the National Guard when they come in? They'll be taken out." Are you kidding me?
That's all they need to do. We wouldn't have no gang problem anymore.
Yeah, and look at the drugs. What's her name? Jean Perro got all that stuff for to do the truck.
Go back to Chicago for.
Well, Alexandra's here, so.
Oh, is she here?
Yeah.
Oh, she is. Oh, here she is.
Yeah, so I'm going to bring her up.
You know what you got to do? You got to get a recording of.
Oh, clapping. Okay, here we go. Hey, Alexandra's here. There you go.
Hi, everybody.
I figured we'd bring that smile on if we all did that, right? We got you to smile if you bought all that.
You guys definitely made me smile. That was funny. It was funny. I didn't even realize I couldn't hear anything at first. And I'm like, that's strange. I usually hear them talking. I guess I had it like muted or something.
It's a nice
my wife would pay for that, not to hear me talk. I don't
know. That's a nice tattoo you have on your mom.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a mommy lion, and then all the kids have an animal. So Ashley has a turtle, Bear has a bear, and then Sadie has a bunny.
You have that long?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. I've had it for maybe 3 years. Mm-hmm. It was a work in progress though, because
it's long. It's a large tattoo.
It's big, yeah. And the guy that does it, he's awesome. He's very like detail oriented. So I think it was like, I don't even know, maybe 5 sessions of 8 hours a piece, 7 hours a piece.
Yeah, I could tell it's a lot of detail work on that.
A lot of detail.
With all the things you do, how'd you find the time?
You know what is for 2005, 3 years, things actually got very quiet that year. So I want to say it was 2022, I think. And the kids were out of masks and things were, I remember I even had time to do Hard 75. Like it was a quieter year. And I just don't know if people were just happy that the masks were off and they didn't have to vaccinate. Like, I think everyone's just like so happy to be a little bit more normal. I definitely remember that being a quiet, they were just living.
Yep.
And then it sort of revamped up in 23. So I actually think that makes a lot of sense. That would have I would have had like a day here and there to do that, So no, there's no
So-
time for that now.
So what's the good news now? I heard you had a meeting with Cicciarelli.
We did. Yeah, we had a meeting. It went very well. You know, he's going to back us parents. He's going to back parental rights. He's going to fight for the homeschool rights. We have those awful bills coming our way. The one we were able to sort of table back in June, and you know that's like a mini win, right? But you always have to be careful because we had that happen to the Freedom to Read bill, and we saw how that worked out. So. You know, a lot of times we're like, yes, we got them to like put it away for a little bit, but then, you know, they're working furiously on it as well and changing things as well. And so that, you know, he was able to pass through.
The freedom of the read, was that the one that I think Bramnick was the only Republican that voted yes on that?
Yeah,
The
that
same
one.
bill? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, he had some points that I could understand, that there was really no legislation on it, but that doesn't mean you pass bad legislation. You know,
Exactly.
Right. I mean, that it's funny. I had talked to a bunch of people, even my husband actually was like, yeah, but you need legislation. I'm like, I agree with you, but like not bad legislation. This is let's say no to this and let's rewrite it the way it should be written, because I do agree, you know, in the sense that there should be something on the books that says children under 18 should not be reading this smut. It should not be in our school libraries. Maybe there needs to be some sort of, you know, like movies rated R, like some sort of rating system on books. Agree with all of that, but let's get it into legislation.
Yeah, we had one of my, well, she's my national secretary for Born Road, and she goes to the school board a lot and fought. She got a whole bunch of books removed out of the library with all those transgender stuff and all, you know, all the books that weren't appropriate for kids. It was like unbelievable. But we had to get a lot of parents down. But and that's the main problem. You got to get the parents to come. You got to get people to come to the school board. They don't have to be parents, but they have to have the issues that keep, you know, our things that have to be done to be taught for the kids. Not, you know, I mean, the kids, when you were asked as a kid, it was either you became, you know, you want to be a cop, a fireman, a lawyer, a doctor. Now it's you want to be a boy or a girl. I mean, you know, it's just crazy.
It is crazy. It's crazy. I mean, listen, our president said it. There's only two genders. It's been said. It's in the books. Let's just move past this. Let's get it out of the schools. I actually did email Alina Haba's, you know, assistant yesterday, and I said, you know, this is happening still in New Jersey. What are we going to do about it? We have the list of schools. You know, we know what they're doing. We know what they're allowing. We know whether they're in the locker room or they're in the sports. You know, there was just a recent story about a young lady who, you know, she fought. Well, I mean, I feel like it's everybody's story. It's all the similar. They've been, you know, doing all these sports. They've been fighting for years. They, you know, get up, they go to practices. They're working, you know, their tails off, hoping to do something with this. And here comes this trans kid, and they're affirming this child rather than the child who fought really hard, you know, to get to where she is.
Yeah, scholarship and stuff. Yeah, it's got a lot.
Yeah,
a lot to write on it. A lot of you know, a whole bunch of stuff.
Hopefully we could do something about it. So they have been very responsive the last 2 weeks, and so hopefully we can get a meeting together and figure out, you know, how we can do something about this, because it's time. You know, the parents actually, I have to say, have been doing their job, because we've been asking them. We said, please, we won't use even your name. Like, just give us a call, write us a message, even if it's anonymous. Just let us know what school it is, you know, what's happening, and we'll take those cases and we'll do something with them.
Yeah, they
so
shouldn't be afraid.
doing it. Yeah, they've been great, actually. And a lot of them have really been like super helpful, like phone calls, meetings, things like that. So now it's our state and the people who are helping to run the state. Now it's, you know, our turn with them to do something about it. So hopefully we'll, you know, have some news on that pretty soon. But I was very happy that Jack, you know, was willing to talk and, you know, to move forward with the parental rights and the homeschool rights. He's been all over the state. We have been at some of his rallies. We're going to be at his rally in Karlstad on Saturday to help out. So hopefully, and this is what I keep telling everybody, guys, you just have to vote. You just have to go out, because this is like a typical Republican issue where they just don't vote. They did for Trump. It's just as important in New Jersey. We need to get the right person in.
Only believe it or not, only 68% of people went out to vote, and that's the presidential. And with the ones that are midterms are only like 38%, which is crazy. And people have to understand, and we don't vote for the people that have the money. We got to vote for the other people that the underdog all the time. In the primaries,
you're right about people that don't vote. It's scary.
It is. It's amazing because the numbers are. We deal with the elections, and it's just unbelievable how they just don't come. It's like, all right, well, Trump won. Everything's over. Everything's hunky dory and fine.
Yeah,
you can't
people
get
think
people
that
anymore.
everybody else
The
is
fight
gonna
just
do it.
starts. Yeah, the fight just starts. I mean,
Am I right, Alexandra?
Yeah, I mean, listen, look at the primary. Barely anybody came out for that. That was scary. And the day Trump got in, I said, let's celebrate today. We all worked really hard, but tomorrow we get back to work.
Yeah.
Because we're just going to fight harder. These
Everybody's
people don't take it off.
Yeah. People get complicit. They just want it. They think, and I look at them, not to get off your subject, but the whole thing is, look what they're trying to do with the tariffs. It's just constant attacks. And did he do that in executive order with the boy and the girl, or did they pass law?
It's an executive order.
Well, they got to pass a law. If they don't pass a law, it can be turned around again, which people don't understand that one either. They have to.
Well, you have to put everybody on every level, right? Like, you need people that have common sense, in the Senate, in Congress, in the Board of Ed, on town council. We just need to overrun every single, every level with people that are like-minded and have common sense, or it is going to happen again.
Yeah, because that's what the Democrats do. They just dump money in, and they'll get the people that they got in there to control. And we always worry about the top. We got to worry from the bottom up. That's the main. Even local things like Sean's running for a local office, and those are important. It means a lot, So.
Very good.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. Well, that's what I was getting ready to say about. I'm down in Hamilton, not too far from you, and we have these apps. I'm going around knocking on some doors. I went to a Republican house last week, and it's actually some great data that you get. I look at the data as I walk up to the house. Shows the guy's turnout, right? The family. They vote every 4 years presidential election. There's no voting whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I said to the guy, I said, hey, you voted last time? Oh yeah, it was great. I said, but I see the data. It looks like you don't vote any other time. Well, I try to get out there for the big elections. And I said to him, every election's a big election. That's the seriousness of it. Every election's a big election. I think I had some good time with him. I think he'll be out voting for us. But they're tuned to say, okay, it's like the Super Bowl, right? The presidential election is the Super Bowl of elections. So everybody tunes in for a Super Bowl, not everybody tunes in for the other games. And that's the problem. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I just think that people, they like to live in their bubble. Living in the bubble is what got us in this, with Biden, right? Got us there. People weren't paying attention until it got too late, or COVID, they weren't paying attention until it got too late. And every little thing makes a huge difference. I mean, people think oh, it's not a huge deal. It's a huge deal.
Yes,
it leads to the next thing that leads to the next thing that leads to the next thing. So it's really important that we're on with every single thing. It's really important that, we get the right governor in. That's why I was so excited to have that press conference last week, because
I saw that.
It was awesome. And people came from everywhere. I mean, all over New Jersey. 2-hour trips, 3-hour trips, right there. And we had some great conversations. We were able to talk to Assemblywoman Dawn Fantasia, Assemblyman Paul Canitra, Senator Mike Testa. We had homeschool mom and attorney Dana Wafer. I mean, these are people, and the reason I picked these people, a lot of people wanted to speak. A lot of people wanted to be there. But these are the people that are actually fighting for us.
Yeah.
Every single day. These are the people that we're actually sitting at a table with and writing bills to help our state. We're trying to get a no trafficking zone in New Jersey, right? Mm-hmm. Every place should be no trafficking zone. It's wild that we even have to do this. Mm-hmm. Harsher laws on fentanyl, right? We're passing Weston's bill. And, there's just so much that needs to be done. There's no time to like sit back. So it was a really great way to talk to everybody in one sitting and say, all right, what's coming up? What's going on? What do we need to do? Which is great, but we need the parents to do that too. The parents, like, not to go off topic, but with like the whole Girl Scout thing, thousands of people were like, I can't believe this is happening. How could they allow this? Pushing this LGB plus pride woke ideology stuff on Girl Scouts. Well, Girl Scouts has been changing for a long time. They've been doing this stuff for a long time, and people didn't realize because they're not asking what's being taught in these meetings. They're not paying attention to their surroundings. Guys, this has been going on for years. We're just making a big deal about it now. So I think if people, paid attention to like who their teachers are, who their coaches are, who their Girl Scout leaders are, who's their board of ed members. I mean, guys, we'd have this. It'd be like a slam dunk, but we need everybody.
Yeah,
well, COVID opened a lot of parents' eyes, obviously, right?
Yeah.
What was going on in school, but you still got to talk to your kids, and you got to know. I mean, it's unbelievable. I remember my son went to a Turning Point event in high school, and he was on a football team. And it's so funny. The coach of the football team at the time, who was a history teacher, my son comes back. He's on the field. He goes, "Hey, Lucas, I heard you were at a Turning Point event." And my son goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, there's a lot of Nazis that go to that." Like, he brings up Sebastian Gorka. He's a Nazi, and my son's like, "Well, Coach, he escaped Nazism in Hungary. Do you know that?" Like, they just push a narrative. It's insane.
Well, they have teachers meetings, everything else. And I said one time at the speech with the COVID, I tell people, sometimes I say you can't say really a blessing in disguise because a lot of people died from it.
Yes.
But it is
Right.
a blessing. So the mothers saw exactly what the kids were getting. And when I used to go speak at places, I said, the ones that are going to turn this country around are the mothers of this country. Because once you hit their kids, they finally realize that that's the powerhouse that's behind this country. So, and that was the big change. That's what Moms for Liberty did and everything else. That's why we backed them so much and everything else.
Yeah.
When they went to the rallies. In fact, she was at, what's her name? She was at the Lincoln Den I was at with Byron Donalds, the one that said with Mothers for Liberty.
Tina or Tiffany?
Tiffany one.
Tiffany.
Yeah, Tiffany. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Tiffany's awesome. She's busy at the Heritage right now, but we all work together, which is awesome. Actually, something that's happening today, which I don't think anybody really knows about yet. I don't think it's been said, but a bunch of like Moms for Liberty and a lot of people, they'll be at the White House today because there's going to be a White House task force for AI. I know that you probably heard about.
Yeah, we're talking about that. Yeah, Melania.
Yep. Yep. So she has that initiative for the kids and a little competition, which is great. Personally, I would love to see kids use their head more and problem solve and critical thinking skills instead of throwing it into computers that sort of do it for you. However, it's going to be in schools. That's just how it is. So to be a part of the task force that's going to keep it safe.
Augie wants to go to it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Augie, his dog wants to go.
Sorry.
Wants to go to the White House.
Go to the White House. Yeah, I actually, it was funny because I was talking to Tina earlier and I was like, I have like so much to do today. Otherwise I'd be on the train down there with you. It's going to be really, really exciting time. And it's going to, so you were able to sort of like pick how you wanted to help in a sense. So Moms for Liberty picked, keeping it safe and keeping parents involved. So parental guides, because a lot of the problem is that these kids are teaching us how to use stuff on the computer. The parents like have.
Yeah, well, they might. Yeah.
Would you have anybody going to the Maha one today?
Which one?
There's a Maha hearing with RFK today too.
Oh, no. I can't be. Yes. Yes. We're actually trying to do our Maha part of the summit right now. And it's been absolutely crazy because of what they're doing and working on. I'm very excited for that conference and what's going to be said. I will not be down there. I had prior commitments here today. But it is going to be a very exciting time to be down there today for sure. But there's a lot of good stuff coming our way. I mean, look at what Florida just did. I'm calling
about the vaccines. Yep.
Yeah, the vaccine.
He's excellent. I met him a few times.
He's excellent. And I did tag Jack in a post like, come on, New Jersey next. Let's go. I can't tell you how much time I spend working with parents on religious exemptions or medical exemptions, opt-out forms. We have every right, especially in the last month, because it was back to school. We have every right to decide what goes in our children.
100%.
You know,
if they can't give them an aspirin in school, how can they mandate a shot? It's ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
My grandson,
great.
Common sense, guys.
my grandson couldn't go to school, the whatever the hell that bullshit thing, unless he had the shots in New York.
Flu shot.
You
Yeah.
couldn't go out to get something to eat unless you had the shots in New York, right?
Right.
Yeah, anything.
Right.
Yeah, just,
Well,
But
away from
especially the flu shot. I mean, they really push that. I think it's for preschool.
That's such bull.
well, no, I'm talking about the whole combination garbage that they give when a like 2-year-old. He's a 2-year-old.
Right.
He's got his head into that laptop. So.
New York is tough. I have New Jersey definitely is a lot easier with that for now. We need to keep it that way and make it better. Again, no mandates at all. But New York is really tough. I'm working on a family right now where the child has already shown and proven in the past to have major allergic reactions to these things. This should be a no-brainer. This poor parent can't find a doctor for this 5-year-old to write a medical exemption. Like we have all the other forms ready to go. And we're having I will put a call to action out there right now. If anybody knows a New York doctor, privately message me, please, because we don't want to put that name out there. But we are looking for a doctor that would work with this child. The child has a true allergic reaction to these shots. So if anybody knows anybody, please reach out.
Isn't it crazy you have to go through that?
It's crazy. I mean, a doctor takes an oath to not harm a child. And this is science, this is all science. Okay. If it is proven that this child has an allergic reaction, it's a no-brainer. I mean, again, I also believe that a parent should be able to choose, but here's like a no-brainer case and they can't find somebody.
It's because of the insurance companies, because they blackball the doctors if they try to practice any kind of natural medicine, or they go against the vaccines, big pharma funds, the medical schools and everything. So it's like a catch-22 with that. So my personal opinion is on like something like that, if you can find a doctor that does not accept commercial insurance, that's the best way to go, because they'll prescribe and they'll do everything because they're not at the mercy of the medical boards or the insurance industries.
Yeah. I think even them though, they get a little nervous as well, because now their name is in the system, right?
Medical licensing and stuff like
Yeah, well then the insurance won't cover. They'll tell the doctor, listen, you can't.
Even if they don't take insurance, right? Yeah. Like we go to a holistic doctor, I pay out of pocket. We never have to go because my kids, knock on wood, are never sick. But I have somebody if I need them, right? Or if you need lab testing for like anything, you can pay out of pocket at these holistic places. They're great. Problem is now their name is out there on this form to the state, and now the state's going to look at them. So it really is tough all around. I mean, some are fantastic. They don't care. They put everything on the line, and that's wonderful. But I feel for them as well, because, they don't want to lose their business. They need to pay their mortgage. Like, we shouldn't be doing this right now. Like,
they have insurance.
This president, we shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, that's a lot of the problem is the commercial insurance, though. You know about that. It's such big dollars involved that they can pretty much get their way on everything. And that's why I was thinking about RFK today too. I mean, they're going to go after him really bad today. Yeah. Oh, it's just because of the vaccine stuff, but he's right. He's right. But they don't want to hear that. They just want the repeat customers.
The lobbyists are big. They all give money. They give money for their elections and stuff like that. That's what carries them through. They don't care about the constituents.
I agree with that, but I think if people just use their heads a little bit more and didn't feed into this, that would shut down very quickly. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you talk to some of these parents, it has changed quite a bit. Like Bergen County moms, it used to be 3 years ago. Oh my gosh, they would attack you if you said you don't have to get vaccinated. Now it's like 80-90% of the comments are saying, oh my gosh, don't get vaccinated. You don't have to do that. Do your research. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
But you still have those few people that are brainwashed and really believe that they need this and this is going to save them and they don't want their children hurt, you know. So until those people, you know.
Talk about vaccination. I'm sorry. Talk about vaccination. My daughter just passed her thing for nursing program to get a nursing program at Mercer County Community College. She's not vaxxed. She's got to get vaxxed. Well, she's not going to get vaxxed. I got to figure out what we're going to do. But she's not getting vaxxed. But to this day, they're still requiring people to get vaxxed. How crazy is it?
They still advertise in New York on TV.
There's a good amount of nurses that I know that have exemptions for that.
You can, a lot of times, can't you get it off the religious exemption off of the fetal cells?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's it. If you're, because there's aborted fetal cells and you're not supposed to alter your body in any way or put any outside substances in your body to alter it, that's, you know, the religious exemption should work. A lot of times these hospitals or wherever they're working or schools, as long as you're not very vocal about it and kind of quiet about it, they'll take it and they'll just tell you like, okay, don't tell anybody else you work with that, you know, you have a religious exemption. I like definitely put your foot down for that. Don't, you know what I mean? Like have her, she doesn't need any of that stuff. There's a way to do it. I'm more than happy to share with you like a template that, you know,
I'll reach out to you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because there's a way to do it. And I would say literally every single nurse that I know, they all said the same thing. They did it, but they were very quiet about it, and none of their coworkers know.
Yeah, and which tells you, they know it's nonsense to do.
No, it's nonsense. My husband, during the whole masking thing, he does electric chargers, and he worked in a lot of hospitals, and he literally said it would be the front that had masks on. It would be like anything in the front, like you know, or the ER. But once you got into the main part of the hospital, none of them had masks on. And this was like during masking.
Yeah. Crazy.
You know, he's like, this is a joke. They know it's a joke.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But they all get into it.
Yeah, masking was ridiculous. That's for surgery. That's so that the doctors weren't spitting down into an open wound. It wasn't for infection control.
Or as my dentist says, that he doesn't have to smell anyone's bad breath.
Well, some people should be masked. Some people should be masked. It helps.
There are a few.
Like if I had to be over someone's mouth all day, I would definitely have.
Oh gosh,
Mexican water should be masked.
Yeah. Double mask.
But again, that would be your choice.
Yes.
You know. So
so
there's a lot of like really exciting things going on, and we have a lot of conferences coming up. I don't know if you guys know about them, but Moms for Liberty has a big summit in Orlando the week of the October 16th to the 19th. We're going to be doing a Maha panel in there. We're trying to figure that out right now, but that's going to be super exciting.
Let me know about that one.
I will. Yeah. We're trying to. We have some really big people that we've talked to, which is great. We were hoping to get Kennedy, but with everything going on, it's just too crazy of a time for him right now. But we have some big people. Dr. Stu and Terry Warner, they do the wellness revolution, parenting wellness revolution. They actually just finished up their European tour. They're doing a conference November 7th through 9th in Atlantic City. And I think it's called Harrah's, if I'm saying that correctly. Huge information, vendors, speakers. Like if you need to be healthy in any way, like that's the place to go.
Wow.
Mary Holland has one in Texas. I think around the same time, Children's Health Defense. So this is kind of, you're seeing this, like it's all Maha. It's so
we should give information for Michael Schwartz, Dr. Michael Schwartz. Have you heard of him, Michael Schwartz?
Remind me.
Schwartz?
He's in New Jersey. He lives in New
He's in
Jersey.
New Jersey. He did a big thing on I think
He
with
wrote a
about
book
30
about
patients.
Fauci's.
Yeah,
Fauci's
he wrote 3 books. One's political and 2 are on the COVID vaccine. And he took stats during the outbreak and everything.
30,000. Yeah,
and
30,000.
used alternative
Wow, no,
medicine and
I mean,
everything.
maybe I've heard of him, but I just
What's
didn't.
up? Sean will send you the information about him.
Okay, great. Yeah, that would be
Get
awesome.
in touch with him because he's very good on he's very good on that information and everything else. And we had him on the show. We had him on the show a few times.
Yeah.
He's
Okay,
very
great. I'll
knowledgeable.
definitely reach out to him. Yeah, because we're going to be right here in New Jersey, so it's going to be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, he's very
New
good.
Jersey people.
Yeah, he's very good.
All right, that's awesome. Yeah, I was speaking with Dr. McCullough.
Yeah, cool.
I think it was like last month, and the amount of people that now have like learned or regretted taking that vaccine that are on the spike protein detox now, it's unbelievable. You know, some people are in denial and they don't want to admit that they were wrong, but a lot of people are coming around. So that's, I mean, I think, and that's so great, you know, but I feel awful for the people that have lifelong things or that have passed or, you know, like you said, like, you know, it kind of almost needed to happen for some reasons to wake everybody up, but at what cost? A lot of people died. A lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah, my son had myocarditis. My son had that, and he's getting seizures because of that also. And
yeah, but look at the VAIDS. That's even worse.
The what, George?
VAIDS, the vaccine acquired autoimmune deficiency. So you're living with AIDS for the rest of your life, and it's vaccine induced. That's what, because they split the COVID with AIDS. That's how they spliced in for the spike protein. So there's all these people that have autoimmune issues, basically AIDS for the rest of their life. And that's why
what about the cancer? What about the cancer? That's
turbo cancer.
The turbo cancer, that's killing a lot of people. But look at all the AIDS commercials they put on TV. And if you notice, they started that before the pandemic was over with, so they knew that was going to be an adverse reaction.
Oh, sure. I mean,
it was purposeful.
Look at the patents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was done so that there wouldn't be any detection of morbidity, because that way they could go back if 4 or 5 years go by they can't say, oh, it was because you got that injection. That was the whole point of it being a delayed reaction with the adverse reactions.
Right, and it's not like everyone got the same thing, right? Some people got myocarditis, some people got Guillain-Barré, some people, I mean, like literally
myasthenia gravis, MS, rheumatoid arthritis, Hashimoto's, all of that.
Yeah, that's what Mike said. What Schwartz, he turned around and said, if your family your mother had arthritis at 60, you're going to wind up maybe getting at 35 or 40.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Well, yeah, because that's going to go right to your weak spot. So if you have a weak autoimmune system and you're showing like even just minor symptoms of something like that, that's going to exacerbate it fast. You know, because
what about Alzheimer's too?
Yeah,
I mean, you're putting graphene, metal.
Look at the behavior changes from the frontal lobe damage, from the blood-brain barrier crossing. As soon as that got into there, people got enraged, the violence and everything, and a lot of impulse control problems, and that you can correlate that right back to it.
It seems like the common denominator is this is causing all kind of other issues, which in turn you need more drugs for, which in turn is more money.
Repeat customer for
15 new billionaires were made of Pfizer stock. Billionaires, not millionaires. Billionaires.
But even the holistic stuff, okay? You're thinking ivermectin and fenbendazole or menbenzol, right?
Yeah.
You're spending money on that. That's not. I mean, that's not cheap either, right? If you're the spike protein detox, I mean, a bottle is like $90. I mean, even if you're buying it holistically to heal yourself, you're spending money. So. They've not only hurt you physically, emotionally, all these things. Now they're hitting your finances after they hit your finances during COVID.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
Do you remember the couple that made hydroxychloroquine in Canada? And this was before the outbreak of COVID. They were found hanging like in like the pool room of their house or something like that. And they ruled it a suicide. But I still think those two were taken out because they knew the hydroxychloroquine would cure everything. They were the main manufacturer of it, so they took
I didn't
those
hear
two
about
out. Yeah, and then that way, I'm not. Sounds like a conspiracy, but probably BlackRock or the deep state is the major shareholder on that company now.
That's all right. Fall down the rabbit hole. We all have.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's probably true because what are the odds of those two having a lot of money, a good life, and everything, hanging themselves together? It's not, pretty slim. And then that happens.
After all these people, they all have accidents.
Yeah. But I specifically remember them because I was like, well, now why would somebody kill them with that kind of a drug, And then here, a couple months later, COVID breaks out. But then it all makes sense, You can go back.
Well, everything now is starting to make sense, right? You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah. A lot of it.
It's like what Pelosi said. You got to pass the bill and then see what's in it. It's exactly with the vaccine. Take the shot and then we'll tell you about it.
Well, look at who's the other one? Not Pfizer. What's the other company?
Moderna.
They haven't released their findings at all, right?
You know who the CEO of Pfizer is? He used to be a veterinarian.
Yeah, they're not all medical doctors. They don't have to have a medical degree to be on a lot of those boards. They just have to be of the right political persuasion. At the time.
Some of them aren't even doctors. Like people are like, I'm like, that's not even a doctor. Not that I trust them either, by the way. Like, isn't that supposed to be the?
I got rid of my doctor because he was pushing me to take the vaccine. I ended up going to a different doctor. I was like,
Well,
our original holistic doctor that my kids went to, up until I think 22, and then I was like, that's it. They got bought out. They got bought out by like a Western practice. So they said, if you're already a patient, you get grandfathered in, and you don't have to vaccinate, and you can still see, this like one holistic doctor that they kept on. But if you're new, you have to have all the vaccines. It cannot be on a different schedule. It has to be on the schedule that they said, and you have to see these doctors. Yeah. So while I loved my doctor for my kids, I was like, forget this. I'm not staying here at all. Like, and what is the point of well visits? My kids are well. They don't need to be sick.
Yeah. I go when I feel like something's bothering me.
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Even signing the kids up, this is interesting. They just brought in a new nurse. And up until this year, there was like an online checkoff that I could just say, yes, my kids are in good health, whatever. They didn't have to fill out a form. This year, there was a form. So I emailed the school and I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not bringing my kids into a doctor. They are well. You do their height and weight when they come in. You do the lice check. That's all you need to know. You see if they're well or not. And I have yet to hear back. So I'll let you know how that works out.
It must shake when you get a letter from you.
Okay, we were talking about this. And I said, well, there's a new nurse. I said to my husband, I'm like, I wonder if she's going to try anything. And he was like, yeah, right. He's like, there's probably like all caution tape on,
on your kids' files.
I said, maybe there's like a mouse trap or something. Like, don't do that. Don't open it. Leave it alone. We'll see. I don't know. We're only on day 3, so I'm sure it'll take at least a week to go through everyone's stuff. But I'm sure I'll get some sort of email or phone call or something. But we'll take it from there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I kind of would love it. Like, and if there is, somebody send me a picture. I would love to see that our file is like this big and.
Yeah.
I'm going to blow it up and frame it on my wall.
The file's got barbed wire around it. All right. Please don't touch. Trish, can you play that clip real quick? I'd love to get Alexandra's reaction to this. I'm sure you probably saw it already, Alex.
Parents have the right to opt their kids out of LGBTQ related content in the same way that right now they can be removed from sex ed and health curriculum classes.
Look, I believe that parents have the right to oversee their children's education. I would push an LGBTQ education into our schools. Parents have a right to opt out of a lot of things, but this is not an area where they should be opting out, because this is an area of understanding the background of people throughout our nation. And right now we see, for example, at the Naval Academy.
So pretty much she would push
Where'd she go?
Oh, she dropped out.
I'm here.
Oh, here you go. So pretty much she would push it. She'd push the curriculum, and then she doesn't think parents should opt out their kids. That could be
If
our
she
future
gets
governor.
if she gets in, which I don't think that she will, but if she gets in,
Please
we're
no.
going to have to move out of the state. Or you're going to have to all homeschool. But then that won't be an option either, because then she's going to push those homeschool bills through, and it'll be as if they're in state school, except you'll be doing it at home. That is how dire this election is.
Yeah.
People don't realize this is how bad it is in New Jersey. You thought Murphy was bad. She will be Murphy like 10.0. She's going to be so bad. They do believe this, and she can BS all she wants and say that that's why she wants to push it in, is that we should be aware of everything. It's 2025. Our kids are aware. Okay.
Yes.
In our school, we have wonderful friends that, we have 2 wives, and they have beautiful children. We have 2 husbands. They have beautiful children. We're all friends with one another. They're not shoving this stuff down their kids' throats or our kids' throats. In fact, they join us, and they don't want these things shoved down their kids' throats. So our kids in 2025 are aware of this. Okay. It's not the 1940s, right? 25. So what more do they need to be around? They see it. There are couples that are, gay couples, lesbian couples. They have children. They're in the school system. It doesn't need to be pushed down their throats. And that's a discussion. If a child is feeling, confusion, that's a discussion for that child to have with their parents at home. Or they can go with their parents to see a therapist if they would like to. Mm-hmm. But it is not the school's job to shove this curriculum down their throat. Mm-hmm. And we've seen, based on, unfortunately, and so incredibly tragic and sad, yet again, another school shooting. And yet again, what is that person? A trans identifying person. And even that person didn't want to be trans anymore, was upset with them, himself, felt sick. Right. He wanted to go back. And had maybe his parents said, no, this is not what we're doing. We're not going to change your name. We're not going to affirm this. Let's get you help. Let's seek out help. Let's, do something about this. And that's what happens to kids during puberty as well. Puberty is not fun. None of us want to go back to that time.
A lot of kids are confused during puberty. Right? A lot of kids are confused.
You're confused. Yep. You're confused. Your emotions all over the place. I mean, I can't speak for boys. I wasn't one, but I know girls, our emotions are like a roller coaster. We're not used to this new body, the attention that new body brings. And if you just have someone to say, hey, it's going to be okay. And, we're going to get past this and talk to them, and everything will be fine. And they will get through that fine and still be the same gender that they were maybe 6 months prior when they felt, confused about these things. Mm-hmm. But adults who are supposed to be safe, who are supposed to, like when kids look at school, they're supposed to trust those adults. They're supposed to trust their teachers. They're supposed to listen to them. When those people are telling them, oh, maybe you're born in the wrong body. No child is born in the wrong body. Okay. But now those kids are going to listen because they've been taught and trained to listen to their teachers.
Yeah. Listen, we
I hate to break it up.
So shame on them.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
We're getting close to 10, so I got to do the trivia question. You're going to hang around, see if you're going to play.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Here's the question. Why are there 52 cards in a deck of cards?
Oh, let's see. Look at the chat and see who's.
Why was it created? Yeah.
Why would
they come out with 52 cards with the deck of cards?
Okay.
There was a reason.
I'll be honest with you. I don't play cards, so this is probably the worst question for me.
I don't see one answer yet in this in the
There's
chat.
A good one. There's a good one.
Everybody's talking about trans kids now. I know. This is George's question. Mine was political. His was about the deck of cards. So
it has to do with political. It has to do with everything.
So it has to do with political?
Oh, there we go. TSM says, actually, wait. ML Heath said the whole 4 suits and 2 jokers. TSM says there are 52 weeks in a year. Julie said for 52 pickup.
Yeah.
USA Air because of jokers. Angel said, great question. She'd love to know.
Me too. I'd love to know.
Yeah. Well, the answer comes tomorrow during Frisky Friday.
Well, we'll let you know.
Yeah, but we'll
Okay,
let
me
you know.
know. I'll watch.
Yeah, loves Christ to play 52. So 52 pickup is the big answer.
If you watch Frisky Friday, you'll be thrilled at what we do on Frisky Friday.
One
Fridays
citizen
is
said,
totally different than
Friday.
Thursday.
one
Okay,
citizen said
I
13
have to
columns.
look. I have to look at my schedule, what I have on Friday. But if I'm free, I'm gonna watch.
All
Or I
right.
can always rewatch too, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's archive?
Yeah.
So well, we pretty much got everybody in here, didn't we?
Yeah.
I got all
Even
the way
we
down
can
to.
get really into it. Even the colors mean stand something for the amount of cards for each one. You know, the
Really?
groups.
I wish I had a deck in front of me. I'd stare at it.
See if it gives
Why
you the
did
answer.
why did
It
Jokers
would
were
actually
put
help.
in?
I think the only
See, I always say
cards
play
they have-
cowboy. I say play cowboys and Indians, and then you flick them and say round them up.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, like
It's
52
different.
I
pickup.
think
must
they have
have
a
been a
deck
mix.
for war. That's it. Like
Yeah.
that's the only
Oh, War. Yeah, that was a good game. Yeah.
war. Because when the kids were little, that was easy for them to
Yeah,
get.
the war.
You know,
Or Go Fish.
and learn their numbers. Go
Yeah.
fish. Yeah.
Yeah, Go Fish.
I like
My daughter
euchre.
loved playing Go Fish.
Well, I like playing euchre. That's fun.
Yeah, you know what?
She
Started
did.
with when we started with the teachers about the whole thing. When they came out with core math, remember when they came out with the core math, so they could confuse the kids to say, "Well, your parents don't know this stuff, but we could teach you. We know more than your parents do," and that was the start of the whole shit.
Well,
This was
I'm
all
very
done by-
lucky because my kids
Yeah.
don't do that. I have IEPs for both of them, and in New Jersey, if you have an IEP,
Yeah.
you can actually do regular math.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, I used to teach apprentices before they became electricians and stuff, and I teach, and then I tell them, "Yeah, you're not allowed to use computers." I had to teach them how to do long division. I said, suppose your calculator and your thing breaks down, you lose power and everything else.
They can't do it. They can't do it. When I take the kids for like an ice cream or something, when they have to do math, like their thing's not working, they'll sit there forever, and I'm like, "Do you need help?"
They can't count
Help
back
them.
change.
The change, yeah, the
No,
change.
they can't
Yeah,
count
they
back
can't do it.
change.
They can't do the change.
I
And
know-
I'm
I
talking
noticed that
simple.
too.
Like the ice cream was 7 and I gave you a 20. Like I'm talking really simple. And you'll watch them like their head is like on fire. And I'm like, wow.
How
Yeah.
about how about if it's like 92 cents, $3.92, you give them a $5 bill and you put 2 cents in, they look at you.
Oh,
like
that
2
screws
cents
them
are
up
like,
big time.
oh my God, they're ready to go on
Confuse
break.
them. That is too confusing.
Yeah, I'm like, I just want to
Listen, I'm not even good at math, but
Hey, don't forget to
you
hit the
should
like
know
button,
at least,
everybody.
like, do
Hit that
change.
little like
Come on.
button.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say thank you for coming on with us today,
Oh, great.
Alexandra.
Great.
Thanks for having me again.
It was
I'll
so
Listen,
wait
we'll get
till
you
I'm
back to get the report. We're gonna get you back to get the report of what
For
happens
the
with the
big
bottle
meeting,
of
yeah.
Coke
What happens with that?
and with that, RFK
Oh,
stuff.
I will definitely let you know. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
cool.
sure I'll hear within a week. Right now they have like 8 new teachers, and 1 was still in her contract. So my daughter doesn't even have a teacher right now. They have like subs.
Really?
So it's a little upside down in school right now. Yeah. And they were told to bring in a free reading book. I'm like, I'm dropping you off to read a book. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
You do that at home.
All right.
You can be
Well,
home doing that. But anyway, great seeing
Thanks
you guys.
again.
I'll keep you updated.
We appreciate you. Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much.
much.
All right.
Always great
Thanks
to
for all
see
your
you.
hard
All
work.
of you.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you very
guys.
much. Bye.
bye.
Have a great day.
She's cute.
All right. Tomorrow's Frisky Friday. We'll be back tomorrow with our regular losing your shit and Trump truce and some shift imitations. Maybe George will rant. What do you think? Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, the swear jars
Wait.
also.
Wait. You said maybe George will rant? Maybe?
Maybe.
If I was going to put a bet, that's what it would be.
You're about, yeah. See, even Augie agrees with you. He
Yeah,
was-
see, Augie, you agree. Augie knows.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Go over to Mike Schwartz. He's on right now.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hit the like.
Yeah, don't forget
that's
the like
a good
button.
one. Hit the like on the way out.